The Polymaths Edge: Why Your 100 Hobbies Are a Goldmine in the AI Era. The Scanner's Dilemma. Take a look at your browser history. It's likely a chaotic mess. A lecture on quantum computing, a tutorial on organic gardening, and a deep dive into 14th century Stoicism. You probably have a graveyard, a folder of unfinished projects, half-written books, and business plans that never saw the light of day. Society has a label for you. They call you a dabbler, or a jack of all trades, master of none. They tell you to just pick one thing and stick to it. But for you, that advice feels like a death sentence. You're terrified that by choosing one path, you're murdering all the other versions of yourself. But what if I told you that in an era of total automation, your distracted brain is actually your greatest competitive advantage? Today, we aren't going to talk about choosing. We're going to talk about building. I'm going to show you the M-shaped professional strategy. This is a blueprint for the brain that wants everything, and how to turn that curiosity into a career that no AI can ever replicate. The death of the specialist. The 20th century was an anthem for specialization. We built careers like the letter I, one deep pillar of expertise. It worked because the world was predictable. If you were the best at repairing typewriters in 1970, you were set for life. But look at the landscape now. We live in what psychologists call a wicked environment. The rules change while you're still playing the game. In this world, the hyper-specialist is like a powerful industrial laser, incredibly efficient, but if the target shifts by 1 inch, it's cutting through thin air. As AI evolves, it's coming for the I-shaped people first. Why? Because deep, narrow knowledge is the easiest to digitize and automate. What AI cannot do, and won't do for a long time, is find the non-obvious connections between completely different domains. Your value today isn't measured by the depth of one well, but by the surface area of the foundation you've built from your weird hobbies. The math of success. Skill stacking. Let's do the math. Becoming the top 1% in the world at one specific thing, say Python programming, is a titan's task. The competition is global, and the burnout is real. But here is where the magic of skill stacking begins. Think of this formula. Value. Skill X skill B X skill C. If you are in the top 10% of marketers, attainable with a year of focused work, the top 10% of data analysts, and the top 10% of behavioral psychologists, at that intersection, you become 1 in a million. You are no longer competing with millions of marketers. You have created your own category. This is the M-shaped professional. You have several deep pillars connected by a horizontal bar of broad knowledge. This allows for far transfer. You take a structure from biology and apply it to logistics. You take the rhythm of music and apply it to copywriting. This is exactly what the high-end market pays for today. The ability to see the system where everyone else sees chaos. Serial mastery and the patent clerk strategy. The biggest mistake a scanner makes is trying to build every pillar at once. That turns you into a dash-shaped person, wide but flat and powerless. To avoid this, use the strategy of serial mastery. Pick one project or skill for the next 6 to 18 months. Give yourself permission to ignore everything else, but archive those ideas for later. Your goal isn't world-class expertise, it's fluency. Once you can solve common problems without a manual, that pillar is set. Now, you move to the next. And here's a secret from history's greatest polymaths: the stable platform strategy. Albert Einstein did his best work while working as a humble patent clerk. It was a job that provided stability without draining his cognitive energy. If your 9 to 5 demands 110% of your brain, Your second pillar will never grow. Sometimes, a boring job is the best sponsor for a brilliant future. It's not your cage, it's your launch pad. The second brain system. Since your brain generates more ideas than it can digest, you need an external nervous system. Your memory is a leaky bucket. A second brain, whether it's in Notion, Obsidian, or a simple notebook, is what turns curiosity into capital. Don't just record facts. Record connections. When you study game theory, ask, how does this apply to my hobby of urban gardening? Your knowledge base is a neural network outside your head. A year from now, when you start a new project, you won't start from scratch. You'll open your archives and realize that 40% of the work is already done by your past self, who was just randomly interested in something. You are connecting dots that others don't even see. This is how innovations happen. Architect of connections. The world will always try to put you in a box. It's easier for HR departments and statistics. No, it's toxic for your nature. Stop apologizing for your range. You aren't scattered. You are building a complex ecosystem. Your path to success isn't about being the best doer in a single field. It's about being the world's best architect of connections. Right now, choose one pillar, just one. Commit to it for this season. And build a place to capture the sparks of your curiosity. If you feel like your weakness isn't choice, but rather the discipline to finish, watch my video on the tenacity muscle next. We break down the neurobiology of the dip and how to push through. Subscribe if you're ready to build a life where you don't have to choose between your interests and your income. I'll see you in the next one.